Name one male character that had to give up his power.
Next you're going to say, hear those crickets?
Yeah, you hear those crickets?
Name one male character who had to give up his power. So first of all, I think this can easily turn into a weird pissing contest. The comment section on this video is an absolute shit show of very childish arguments. The claim there isn't one male character who had to give up their power, when there's obviously going to be hundreds of examples, is a pretty dumb one. And I don't think that this was engagement farming. I think this was a very well-meaning commentary on society that they 100% believed at the time of posting, regardless that it's clearly factually false. You only have to name one, and then the argument is over. So I'm going to name a few. First one that comes to mind, Edward Elric. He gave up his alchemy. In the context of who he is as a character, that's absolutely insane. Massive sacrifice. But the manga was written by a lady, so apparently that doesn't count. Moving on, Ichigo Kurosaki. He was very willing to give up his powers, but they did return to him at a later date, so apparently that also doesn't count. Attack on Titan. Collectively, the reluctant heroes give up the only power and the only chance they perceivably have to fight off the rest of the world. Peter Parker, he gave up the symbiote Spider-Man suit alongside his other powers multiple times. But because he always gets his powers back, apparently that also doesn't count. Jin Kazama gave up the devil gene to try to save the world, himself and his father. Nobody actually mentioned this one in the comment section, but I'm sure for whatever reason it doesn't count. Raiden, the god of thunder from Mortal Kombat, gives his god powers to Liu Kang and lets him reset the universe, which basically ensures that he will never get his powers back. Well, you can only name 6, it's not like that proves anything. Jesus, Buddha, Hercules, Frodo, the Green Ranger, Gon, Ban, Superman, Captain America, Kai, Matt, Agumon and Gabumon, Yugi, Sam and Dean, Jon Snow, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Naruto. So to the credit of the original creator, there are so many male characters that sacrifice their lives and it's glorified. But it is harder to think up of male characters who live on without their powers. And I guess they're trying to make a point that men would rather write dead men than powerless men. And I think that could be a valid argument. But I don't think it's exactly disproportionate for women to give up their power in media either. It does happen, with Shiraya Blendy from Fairy Tail, Misa Amani from Death Note, Rogue from X-Men, and that girl from the hit BBC children's show The Queen's Nose. I could write a list of hundreds of characters for either camp. It's a pretty substantial trope. I think this really just highlights how much of a powerful statement it is to choose to live powerless for the sake of doing the right thing. And rather than a commentary on power fantasies, I'd rather see it as an expression of just how much these characters sacrificed.